The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Blind United Coffee Time with Blind United. My bad, Monday morning, always making them tongue twisters in Monday morning. But anyway, welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. Of course, I'm Ed. I got Brittany with me this morning. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning.
And then we have Miss Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And then we got Brother George joining us.
Are we in church or what, man? Come on, Brittany and Miss Carol, say good morning. How you doing? How the cannolis? Monday morning, time to start this great week, even though Mondays always suck too, right?
And then we got my brother in the dark, Pedro.
Good morning, George. How are you doing this Monday morning?
Feliz Navidad. ¿Cómo estás, señor?
Bien, todo bien.
I just said it's Merry Christmas, by the way, folks. So.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Okay, a little early, ain't it, fellas?
Not if you're always happy.
According to the stores, we right on time.
Yep. I remember when I was at Kmart, we would start off this is 1990. I think right after, the day after Thanksgiving, we start throwing up the Thanksgiving stuff or the Christmas stuff. Now we went to, where did we go last week? We went somewhere. My wife was telling me, I think Family Dollar, they had Christmas stuff already. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, they done already pulled all the Halloween stuff down. They done started with the Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff. So
that's crazy.
And I think I know because later on I found kind of got the hint because at Kmart, mind you, this is a while back, right? I think Walmart too.
You do know Kmart's out of business, right?
Yeah. That's why I said a while back.
Anymore.
Well, actually, technically,
I was going to ask you, is
store.
one still in El Paso?
No, there's still a store. There's still a. Where did I see this? Actually, there's one store. There is actually one store. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think in Michigan or Massachusetts. But anyways, I think the concept or the idea why now they put the stuff out. Well, not Kmart, but Walmart. It's because people can put that stuff in layaway. Get ready for the Christmas season, you know.
Yeah, a few stores do still have layaway, I guess. So
I thought they went away. Most stores.
No, Walmart's gone. Kmart's gone, except for I think, like I said, there's one or two stores. Because I had betted someone. Was it you, Mr. Davis? Remember back in the day we were talking about that? I think in Michigan or Massachusetts. There's one more store left.
Not that I know of, but
anyway.
I mean, again, I think Walmart still does a layaway thing. So that's really about the only major store out there now. I mean, I don't know. It used to be almost every store did it, but it's been so long since I used a layaway plan. I don't know who does it anymore. It used to be we start shopping in June, right? Get stuff on the layaway and take us 6 months to pay it all off. But it is what it is. So anyway, it is Monday morning again, and we got a couple interest groups. George, I apologize. We missed constituted our dates. It is your day, my brother. So, you got any idea what you're gonna tell folks today?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Absolutely, I want to wing this like Donald Trump. Just wing it. See how it goes.
Okay. Well, hopefully you
Not
do
really.
better than he does.
No, actually, I want to talk about advocacy. Now, it's kind of late to start this concept there in California or anywhere else because you need to have things set up to what I'm about to say. A podcast reaching out to candidates in regards to their campaign, in regards to and accessibility. And this is a form of advocacy because it plants that seed of accessibility within that candidate, right? So if they win and they see you or hear about accessibility, you know what? I remember talking to someone about that. And I can tell you folks, I started this, thanks to Abel, which we all know. He kind of got me into that idea back in 2016. And sure enough, it comes into play a lot. And the thing is, sorry, I thought my wife was calling me. And the thing is, it comes into play because, like, for example, somebody running for Congress. When in the world will you ever get an ear of a congressperson in your, right? Even though they're a candidate, or a mayor, or a county judge. And guess what, folks? Now, Abel at first, he had all the contacts, right? So we've had our congresswoman that won. We've had Mayor Leeser that won. Sammy Nago, county judge. So when they get into office, and we've knocked on their door, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember you talking about this and talking about the audible pedestrian license. So that's a form of advocacy that could be done. Now, that's a long time, right? Because it's not going to take one day to the next. You have to set up, the podcast, and then. So I'm going to start mine this Wednesday called Empowered Voices. And the first, I have a guest. He's running for City 3 or District 3, sorry, for City Council. And then with JAWS, the next. I guess I have the next class. The JAWS. Mr. Davis kind of gave me a good feedback about this, so I'm not sure how applicable it will be. But for those who have notes, it's the native Notes app on your phone. So if you open up your Outlook, if you have Outlook, okay, now there's caveats to this. If you have Outlook on your computer, and then this works. If it doesn't, well then. But the way I set this up, or I'm going to describe it, is if you have that Notes app on your phone, which you do, that's a native app, and you open up that Outlook folder, and you show a note on my phone to say someone called me, or I see an email or content on the web, and I want to copy it, or whatever, right? You want to transfer that information to your computer easily. So what I do is just say, for example, I see something on the website. Oh, cool. So I copy it, and I put it into my notes. And automatically, well, give it maybe a minute, and it generates within my notes on my Outlook. Right. So when I open up my desktop app on my computer, I just go to Control 9, goes to my notes, and I hit it, and there it is. Or vice versa. Right. Let's say I'm going to go to the meeting, and I want to put notes instead of opening up the document. I could just put those that information into my notes on my phone. On my computer. Close out my computer, and it's on my notes now on my phone. So vice versa, right?
Right.
But again, like Mr. Davis, you're right. I didn't think about that. It has to be where that person has Outlook on their computer too, right? So,
Right. So,
but go ahead, sir.
Go, Carol.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody. So,
Thomas from Colorado, he said, "Welcome to everybody. We have quite a crew this morning."
Yeah. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning.
So. On that note, come on out tonight, starting at 6 p.m. and hang out with George as he shares his knowledge on those two topics for us tonight. So that'll be running for 2 hours straight.
Also, George, you could do that with the calendar.
Who's Daredevil? We have a superhero within our midst.
Hey, I'm the real Daredevil. No comic book.
No, yes, sir. Now wasn't you. You know what was really bad about the new the update is that
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the update.
Well, it's just because for me now, when I interact with, when I train people or individuals, they're elderly, sometimes they're low income, so they have the older phones, the 10, the 8. I had a customer last week had an 8.
Oh wow.
So what really sucks, if that's the correct word to use, I guess, is not all the features will be applicable for those phones, right? Because, for example, that they showed it last night actually during the game. That one feature where this girl's walking into a cafeteria or a cafe. She's like, "Who did I have lunch with last week or last month, whatever? What was his name?" And then Sirius came back. Oh, his name was Zach or Zeke or something like that. So she walks up to the guy. She says, "Hey, Zach, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you remember my name." Stuff like that won't be used or can't be used by someone that uses a 10 or 12 or. So that's the only thing that sucks, right?
Yeah, that's part of their Apple Intelligence because Apple she was able to go pick up those pick up from what she said and went and look it all up and brought it to her. Unfortunately, I don't know why they keep advertising. Apple Intelligence has been getting pushed back to 2025 now. So, if you buy a product and it didn't came with one of the features, you'd be like, "Oh, it's a dud," right? Like, let's say you buy a Victor reader and it didn't have the microphone. You'd be like, "Why didn't have it right off the bat?" And some of the stuff, yeah, a lot of it, especially the intelligence part, is not coming to phones below 15. You have to be 15 and higher. Um, I've seen a few new accessibility features though. I don't know how far back in the generations of the phone it goes though. You notice something on their iPhones that is not you notice something on your iPhone, George, and it's not on their phone?
There's some stuff. Now, granted, I haven't seen my first customer today after the update, but I called some friends of mine to ask them if they have this or that. And as a matter of fact, I called Mr. Davis Saturday.
Yeah,
Um,
Saturday I think it was.
there was one thing I was looking for, and I found it later because, of course, my dumb butt was not describing it correctly to Mr. Davis. Is that it's under? I don't know if you heard about this, Mr. Daredevil. Um, so what it does is under assisted touch, and it goes under there. You go to the very bottom, and it sounds. So what that does, that allows someone to interact with their phone, and it has very limited task. For example, to double tap, you can make a noise, like you can make noises like that, and that's good because I have one individual in particular I'm thinking about that they have a dexterity issue with the phone. Their hand shakes real bad, so maybe using that technique will help them double tap on the item they want. But again, I tried it all weekend, and I had my window open in my bedroom. Probably people thought I was crazy. I'm going to make a bunch of noises, and my phone wasn't doing nothing. But
Yeah, yeah.
stuff like that I think is really cool. Now, I think that's an old feature, is it, Mr. Pedro? Because I'm not sure if that's something new was in iOS 18.
Honestly, I think it's kind of new, honestly. And then also if one of your customers has a mobility problem, the double tap, you know how sometimes you got to double tap kind of quick,
Yes.
otherwise it won't register. You could slow down the double tap time.
Yes. But that person, the way I understand it, they and I'm not disclosing anybody's name, so they can't get me on this. Their what do you call it? Neuropathy on their finger, they can't feel it. I think that's what the biggest issue
Okay.
is,
Yeah, so they need an audible cue.
or something, because when they touch the screen, they say, I tell them double tap, and they're like, "Well, I'm trying to, but I can't tell with my fingers. I can't feel it." And I'm like, which is true, right? Because with diabetes, neuropathy in the fingers and the feet,
Of
right?
course.
So
Of course.
so to me, these new features are great, but if it could be applied, there's another one. Did you hear about this one? Which I'm not sure how. Well, I think it'd be okay. About that 911, you could now use FaceTime on that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's how I saw it. I saw it there in LA actually. The KTLA or KTLA.
hmm
But again, it has to be rolled out. So the way it works, folks, it could either be by video or by picture. So let's say I'm calling 911, and there's something going on. That the 911 receiver or the call taker, whatever they call them, what do they call those?
Call center, 911 operator.
The operators. The operator asks, I guess, as you're getting shot or beaten up, to touch that button so you can see the video, and it's like a FaceTime. So I think that's great because it allows the operator to see what's going on. Or let's say you need to be quiet, right? Back in the day, they said text, but if you're visually impaired, you want to text, guess what? Can you please do, the person's going to hear you doing dictation, right? Or that when you're typing. So I think using the video might be good because especially if you have to be quiet. Let's say you're in a closet. There's an intruder in your home, right? Or something like that. So yeah, I think it's going to work great. But again, depending on the local services, like they said, they have to be set up for it, which means the technology and all that stuff. So it might be, might not get into your area, maybe in a year or 2 years. But that's another good feature, I think it is.
Yeah, that is pretty great. I would like to know how much to the extent it will go, because if it's a live video feed, yes, they could get feedback, but when they talk to you, it's gonna be on speaker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
so like one time, and I think this is like for me and you, Pedro, those who are visually impaired might understand what I'm saying. So one day, we're coming home. This is years ago, and we came up late, me and my wife. As we got off the car, the people in the front, these were trouble neighbors. We've always had problems. Thank God they left. So we're getting off, and I could hear like somebody kicking something, like back in the days of aluminum trash cans. I don't know if you remember anybody remember those.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it sounded like. Somebody was kicking the aluminum trash can, and they're cursing. I'm like, God damn. So I call 911, and the lady said, can you please tell me what's going on? I go, ma'am, I can't see. I'm just letting you know that I hear like somebody kicking aluminum can or something aluminum, and they're yelling. She goes, are they fighting? I don't know, man. They're dancing in the street. That's why I'm calling you. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude like that, right? But it was frustrating because I don't know what the situation is, but I think with that video option, I can at least turn the camera towards there and say, okay, this is what I'm seeing, right? I'm across the street or I'm inside my house, but I can still point the camera outside and let them know. But you're right, Pedro. That's right. You're trying to be silent.
Maybe they plan on everybody wearing earbuds or something. I don't know. That could be might be something you may not want to do in that situation if you don't have your earbuds in. In a regular situation, it'd be fine. But like I said, if you're trying to be, secluded, down low, hiding out, you might want to not do that unless you got earbuds on.
No, I don't know about this thing.
We have the text feature. Oh, I'm sorry, George.
No, go ahead, Carol. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we have the text feature here where you can text them, but again, we can't see. So like you all are saying, if you don't have your earbuds in and you're trying to text someone from the closet at 911, your phone is going to speak to you.
Right.
So it's not beneficial for us without that. And who walks around their house with earbuds on all the time?
I knew he was gonna laugh. I knew it.
I have them all the time around me. Sometimes I do shove them in there, and I'm about to hop out of a taxi. Let's say I'm about to hop out of Uber, and then I'm like, oh man, why my hearing ain't like, why my hearing sounds like kind of low, and I'm like, oh my earphones. Take my AirPods out and I put them up, and I'm like, okay, better. But sometimes in my house I do. I'll be like, man, I just rather pump them in there. My children, they don't like loud noises. I could want to put a theater system right here, and then I would like see my movie, and they'd be like, why you gotta watch your movie so loud? I was like, hey, I want to feel like I'm in a theater. But they like it quiet. They like calm and stuff. So I just put in my headphones and,
They just don't want your stuff disturbing their stuff. That's why they tell you to turn it down.
No, they lower their stuff too, though. Honestly, I tell my daughter, like, you're listening to music? Yeah. I'm like, hey, turn it up. Let me see what song you're hearing. No, Dad, it's fine how it is. I'll be like, okay. But, it can be, I think it could be done, but it will require people knowing Braille and knowing how to also do handwriting. Okay?
I'm out. Well, I can handwrite, but I'm out on
Okay, yeah,
that.
that's what I'm trying to make two type of different features. Let's say you call 911, and if you know Braille, you could tap your three fingers on top, two fingers in the bottom, and try to make your Braille how because you could already type like with Braille with the phone, right? So you could do it like that feature and type it out. But you can also turn it to handwriting. Let's say you put emergency can't talk, give you the option to go Braille or go handwriting, tap on handwriting, and then you can start handwriting with your finger letters and telling them what's going on.
But again, your phone is going to respond with voiceover, right?
Yes. And
Yes,
then again, I mean,
that's
if you're in an
true.
emergency situation, you don't have the option to be, you're already nervous and someone's
Yeah.
coming and you're trying to respond as quickly as you can. Voice is always the easiest way, but
You
Well,
know
not
what,
only that,
guys? Just get it
take
registered.
not only that, take into consideration when you're in that situation as well, right?
Hmm.
right.
You're mentally dealing with that fight or flight thing going on,
That's right.
right? You got a lot of stuff going on right there as far as, oh, damn, you're not necessarily going to be clear headed enough to think about all these different things per
That's right.
se.
That's right.
It's just,
Especially if it's for example, somebody got ran over, you saw that, or somebody getting shot, something traumatic, right? So you're right, Mr. Davis. You're
well,
not gonna
I'd
be
be
like,
more concerned about something happening here. I mean, something happening somewhere else, where I may have just witnessed something. I don't think that would affect me
oh,
as
I see
much
what you're
as an
saying, in
intruder
house.
in my
Okay.
house, you
So you
know.
know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Just to let you know, Mr. Davis, I think you appreciate this. I told my wife if anything ever happens here at the house or somewhere else, I'll get behind her right away. So
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They
Lord have
also had the
mercy.
SOS feature. And if you press a button, depending on how you have it set up, it does a siren and then calls 911. For mine, I have it on silent, but it will call 911. I think even give out your location to them, just in
by the way, have
case.
you done that with your watch, Pedro?
Yeah, I had done it with
Dude,
my
I tried,
watch.
I tried powering it off, and it goes to emergency call, like tapping, like crap.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
that twice.
Right,
But
right.
those are the options right there, that I remember when I first updated to 17, and I was at a concert. I locked my phone. I forgot what I did, but it called the cops. I don't know what the hell, and I got out of it, right? But the bug was that it left me on that screen, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't do nothing. It was
Oh
just on
wow.
that screen, and my phone had to die to restart and get back home.
What really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, and I
Have
was
Pedro? Have
waiting for
you
my access too and all that.
have
Hmm.
you heard about that thing? I'm not sure if I misunderstood something about I guess you're 18 now, iOS 18, or is it the phone where you can now, I guess, offline texting? Like if you're offline or you don't have Wi-Fi or nothing, you can still do it by satellite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They actually brought that up after satellite calling, emergency satellite calling, and you hear in the news, you hear sometimes some of these stories that people with their iPhone got to a satellite, and that's how they pinpointed their location and got a call out and was able to help people on these paths that they go hiking and get lost. There was this lady I was hearing, I think it was like a month ago, she was out there hiking and her iPhone, she made a call with the iPhone and they were able to go pick her up, you
Oh
know?
wow.
Yeah, that's
And
that
now,
connection to Musk's thing, right? The Starlink. They
no,
you
just
connect.
satellites, period.
Well, my point being, Starlink is satellite. So my
Yes, but
and I know where the emergency accident thing, like if you're out in the middle of the desert or whatever and have an accident or whatever, the phone actually does connect to Starlink to let them know where you're at in that type of situation. So I'm just assuming that like if you up there and get lost in the trails or whatever, it would probably be the same situation.
yeah,
One
but
time, go ahead,
yeah, go ahead,
Pedro.
George. Go
No,
ahead,
go ahead,
George.
Pedro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, it's couldn't be Starlink or other satellites that are flying by. It's not all Starlink. Starlink has a small fleet, but they do have a fleet, you know. But they concentrate on certain areas, you know.
Yeah. And then I was just gonna say that there's thousands of satellites up there. We don't really. I remember when I could see one time I saw a picture of this. It looked like a dust foam, like a dust cloud of all
Yeah.
the crap that's up there, above our Earth.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
Um,
know what's crazy though? They haven't developed a system to clean those
yeah,
out,
no, right?
you know?
You would send it to another orbit, or send them out there. But yeah,
Well, no, they just float around up there until they just totally quit functioning. I mean, they'll quit functioning long before they quit, lose their
disintegrate.
orbit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Once they lose the orbit, they burn up for the most part on reentry.
yeah, that's right. No, you're right. You're right. And what's
That's
funny that
crazy.
Mr.
You would
Pedro,
think
or I
that they
think,
would have something to do that. Blow
Mm.
it
yeah,
up.
Yeah,
or you would
George.
think they'll have like a system where it will explode or fall apart or something, without so many years
You
after.
Yeah, you don't want them to explode or fall apart into different pieces because then they're gonna float those pieces. So even in
True.
the
Good
entry,
point.
when they burn up, they leave little pieces of material
Like
and
fragments.
yeah, fragments, and then you got satellites going fast and colliding. It could cause a chain reaction. Also, the thing that should have been done is instead of re-entry, right? Because it could get in, maybe hit somebody or whatever it may be, right? And they might not have enough time to get it to the ocean. At least get it out the orbit and head out to space. You know,
There's
but
another business for Musk. He can start a
As trash pickup,
satellite spacecraft. You know what I'm saying? Where he just
salvage
goes up
pickup.
there
Yeah.
and collects all the unoperative satellites and bring them back and salvage them out.
there is a
Yeah.
company working on something like that, and they were trying to see if they send like like a satellite type probe, and then it has like a netting or something to drag it in. You know, but
Well, I have
they're
a question,
trying to
guys.
develop something like
As
that.
and I'm sorry to interrupt you. But you said something right
That's
now
all right.
about netting, and I don't know why it reminded me of this. And we might want to wait for what was it, Thursday, Conspiracy Thursday. I'm just curious. With all the technology that we're talking about right now, I'm just surprised or amazed that we haven't got back to the moon since 1969. I'm just
There
amazed,
we
right?
go.
Because
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm just saying it's kind of weird,
Several
right?
reasons, several reasons. You know, they lost the technology. They lost the original tapes. They got beyond the Kuiper Belt. That was like the first and only uh deep space mission they done. You know, because even our overtaking the space station it's in orbit, but it's not in it's in Earth
Outer orbit.
outer orbit, or no, lower orbit actually, because it's not even all the way up there.
That's what I'm saying. That with the technology we okay. Let's go back. Remember the Challenger, and then we had that was Discovery. All those ones, the space shuttles.
Well,
Hmm.
space shuttles.
Yeah, and then we had, of course, and then we have now with Elon Musk and the one from Virgin Mobile. What's his name?
Yeah, what's the one that's up there?
Blue Origins or
Blue
what?
Origin, and then X, and whatever, and then Boeing. I'm just surprised that we haven't gone beyond that extra layer to get to the moon, right? But yeah, we have satellites out there in the way out there, millions and millions light years out there, taking pictures of. And I don't know if you heard this or saw this, Pedro.
Well, those are not necessarily satellites. Those are probes.
Yeah, yeah. But what I mean, they took a picture of a quote unquote planet that looks inhabitable. In other words, it looks, I guess it has the same characteristics of Earth, like the blue surroundings, the water and whatnot. And I saw this last night. What's his name? He's a famous,
Astrophysicist.
yeah. What's his name? He's a funny guy. Out of New York. He does that podcast.
Oh, Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he was talking about that, and I'm like, wow, this. But like I said, it's just the technologies out there, and
Well, talking about that, they took a picture with the James Webb telescope, and the theory is that the James Webb telescope can detect infrared light, right? Because that's what it's made for. So when it took a picture of a planet, it the theory is it can detect surface lights, like our lights.
Oh,
like
that's
our
what it
street
was.
lights.
That's what it was, Pedro. There you go.
So yeah, so they took a picture and they saw that, and they don't know if it's street lights or snow reflections or something uh giving out heat, you know, and that spectrum. So they don't know. They're not gonna jump and say they're lights until they really see it. But they done another planet like that, I heard, with a space probe, and when they got to the dark side, it was still the same like that too. But
Oh wow.
that's more of a conspiracy theory type stuff. This one was more based on NASA, and NASA saying, yeah, it looks like it, but it could be also these anomalies. It could be this. It could be that. Now, the crazy part is what this telescope has found, because it's already in the half of the hour, is that it took the a picture of the early universe when the Big Bang and all that, like a little after the Big Bang, and they found super massive galaxies.
I thought the Big Bang was a show.
That one too,
Okay.
but they found massive galaxies. Meaning, if there was a Big Bang, how are these galaxies developed already?
Still.
Hey, you know what? I just thought of something, guys. It just came
Mm.
to me. I wonder if P Diddy named one of his videos The Big Bang.
Probably.
Get it?
Evidence.
Get it?
A1, the Big Bang.
Exhibit 1. Yeah.
Exhibit 1, there you go. Oh my God. Hey, at that point,
George.
we're going to cut to break, guys. Thank you, George.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to Blind United's Spooky Evening on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Veteran Foreign War Post 2070, VFW, 825 South Magnolia Avenue, Monrovia, California, 91016. Cross Street is Chestnut. Come and enjoy a fun, spooky evening with games, a costume contest, and Halloween treats with friends and family. 825 South Magnolia Avenue. Cost per adult $25, children 5 to 13 $15, children 4 and under free. The meal will include hot links and a grilled chicken sandwich, chips, potato salad, soda, water, and cupcakes. A cash bar will be available. Door prize drawings will be held throughout the event. Deadline to turn in money is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. You can sell your money to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. All children must be accompanied by an adult to the restroom. For more information, you may contact F.A. Chandra Howard at 909-774-6290 or Cheryl Thurston at 909-821-9589.
Well, once again, everybody get ready. Come on, hang out with us at the Halloween spooky night thing. And I promise you guys to have a lot of fun. You know, like I said, we're gonna do everything we can to make sure we make it more of a blind kind of situation where we got more sensitive how do I say that? Sensitivity kind of stuff where you know
Sensory.
Yeah, sensory. We're gonna work with your senses rather than your sense of touch and smell and all that stuff versus vision. So
Okay, there's no after party, right?
yeah, it's over at 9:00. We can hang out a little longer.
Well, I'm kind of transitioning to folks, it's not looking good for P Diddy.
Let's talk about that one.
There was a video. I don't know if did you see this, Pedro, last night? A video came out, guys.
Monica, shout outs to you in the comments. I know you're gonna enjoy this little conversation.
Well, okay, folks. So
on that note, hold on, George. Brittany, is anybody else down there, baby? Maybe I lost
Monica.
Brittany. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, only Monica. I just checked.
Okay, yeah, Brittany. We must have lost Brittany.
Yeah.
So, it always said, when I was taking those little small courses in criminal justice, let the evidence, talk for itself. So, we hear all this stuff about parties and this and that, innuendos, rumors and whatnot. But last night, a video came out. So if P Diddy or Diddy or Love or whatever he wants to call himself, and apparently there was some DJ, a white DJ that I guess knocked out at his party. And then so on the start of the video, P Diddy's like, "See guys, this is what happens to white people when they come to our parties." And I guess he walks over and she shows the camera to that gentleman that's asleep. She says, "See, look at the guy, DJ something. I forgot his name. See, even him got knocked out. See, this is what we do to white people at our parties. This is what happens when you come to my party." And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? To me, that just trails into a bunch of rabbit holes. What I mean by this, the arrogance, I guess you could say, the ability to go on camera and show someone just saying that, yeah, like this is a cool thing that happened to knock out. So I don't know, man. What do you think, folks? There's a lot of things coming out. Now, they're saying that even people are going to be named supposedly by the feds. For example, Ja Rule.
No, Jay-Z already turned himself in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Oh shit, Jay-Z too.
When did this happen?
Yeah, so man, it's a long list. Little
Saturday,
Rob.
it was either Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday he turned himself in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
yeah,
they said some little clips. I say again, I don't know how true
it's
it
allegedly.
Allegedly, P Diddy named Jay-Z in the interview and in the interrogation room. Yeah.
And other
That's
people
crazy.
implemented are Little Bow Wow, Little
Usher.
Rob, Usher, Mary J.
Justin
Blige.
There's a whole lot of people putting out little video clips as well, talking about, everybody, that was a thing to do, go to a Diddy party, but man, I didn't know none of that stuff was going on. If I knew any of that was going on, I never would have went. Yeah, right.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
That's what they
Mhm.
say, right? That's what they're
Yeah.
saying right now to cover, but let the evidence talk for itself. What's little charges and people start turning themselves in and getting locked up, you're gonna see,
Well, he said this is why he was recording everything. This is why he had so much power, because he had these recordings of these folks, interacting in these freak offs, whatever.
But I just, what was the gentleman that hung himself in New York? What was his name? Epstein or Epstein?
Epstein.
Yeah, think
Okay.
about this, George. Yeah, go ahead, go make your point, but I want to get into that too.
Well, I was gonna say that I was hearing last night Joe Rogan that the parallels to what's going on with this case and the other case where supposedly even Prince Harry was named was in the document that for the indictment for P Diddy, or not the indictment. I'm sorry,
Prince William.
Yeah. Not I'm trying to say not the indictment, the
The
lawsuit.
Oh, Epstein.
Well, no, in the lawsuit that Little Rod, is that his name, Little Rod? He's the one that the lawsuit, right? Little Rod. I hope I'm saying that right. But
Little Rod is, but
Who you talking about? Bill Cosby?
No. Because see, what happened is first they were saying that Kathy, what's his girlfriend's name that sued him? That she beat him up.
Kim Porter.
I'm sorry.
Kim Porter.
No, the hotel.
the one that they got video of him beating.
Oh, Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassie.
So they're saying that, okay, that kind of sparked, the investigation by Homeland Security. But then I guess Mimi Rod or Low Rod or something like that, when he filed his complaint earlier the year or lawsuit, he named, for example, he named, who was it that he named? He named several people that were knowledgeable of what's going on, right? And like for example, he named Cuba Gooding Jr., one of them that supposedly was part of all this. But what I'm saying is, over the weekend, people are calling to all these stars, all the people like, ah, crap. Hope you don't have video of me. Or oh crap,
That part.
there's people right now squirming
Oh yeah.
big time, right? Because they're like, oh crap. And you know what I heard last night, you guys? I don't know if it makes sense. Remember Twitch from the Ellen Show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were kind of suggesting or alleging or speculating that maybe that's why he killed himself because he was entangled and something was, because Alan supposedly were good friends with P. Diddy, and she even had him on the show for like 20 times or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think that the S is going to hit the fan for sure.
Well, it's a big business, whatever he was doing, because it's a I think it's $1 trillion business
I
and
wouldn't doubt
stuff.
it.
So think about this. Let's put the correlations. Let's put both cases together: the Epstein and P Diddy. And guys, this is opinion of the guest on the Coffee Time show.
Allegedly, yeah.
And all this still allegedly in some points and some perspectives. So, okay, where Epstein
Just
got locked
real
up.
people giving our real opinion about things going on in society. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
Epstein went to jail. His air quotes accident happened. Then Ghislaine Maxwell went. She said, I got tapes and all that. She had said a thing, right? And then she rides away in the sunset, even though she's behind bars. She's still protected. Nothing has come to her. Nothing. No black book has come out. No nothing. All right. In P Diddy's case, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, I got tapes and all this, right?" And everybody's about to come out, but they don't want to let the black book of Epstein come out or nothing like that, and it's held down by the courts. They don't want to let it come out.
Mm.
Okay, but the whole P Diddy thing, you're gonna see they're gonna let all that go out.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna let all that come out. I think they should have been transparent on both. You know what I mean? We
Agree.
Of
need to
course they
know.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the difference is Epstein has had a lot of more of a political figures and stuff like that, where Diddy is more Hollywood stuff.
Right.
Yeah, allegedly Epstein had connections to central intelligence, but not ours. He was from an intelligence community per se, and that's how he had his house wired up in his island to catch prominent figures. And this is a fact. He does have a picture of Bill Clinton in his living room in a dress. Okay,
Huh, really?
that's a fact. Yes, it's a fact.
That Bill
Okay.
Clinton's in a dress?
Yep.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that's how guess he's trying to show that's how much power he had when you came to his pad and stuff like that. So, and then the way allegedly, and I think it's almost concrete, the way he got his mansion was from the Victoria's Secret owner of that company gave him that house, gave it to him. I think it
Wow.
was what, a
You talking
80
about
million
Epstein?
mansion? Yeah, I'm talking about Epstein. A
Okay.
$80 million house given to him. Okay, so it could looks like they might have blackmail right there. I think the same with P Diddy. Of these people that operate in these higher society and are those type of predators. They do a lot of blackmailing for people to better themselves and get themselves further.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
I mean that's been proven. I mean, just like I forget who we was talking to. It might have been you and me, Pedro. Who we was talking about. Trump just got into politics when he in 16 when he started running for president. No, Trump has always been into politics. This is the first time he ever ran for office
Hmm.
because all them times that he was doing the development around New York or wherever, he had to deal with politicians in order to get that stuff done.
Plus, the rumor is that they were telling him to run since the 80s, and he was thinking of running, and it was not the right time, and he kept holding it off, and this and that. So he was ingrained in politics. He was um back and forth with different people in New York. Even in and even in New York, um another thing that you will have to deal with is the gangsters, the mob out there that is in the construction business and all that.
Yeah, all the labor unions and stuff
The
like
labor
that.
unions and
Can I
all
say
this.
something real
Yeah,
fast?
go ahead.
And this is what you're saying about the labor youth. So earlier this year, and Mr. Davis knows this, I was contacted by several people here in El Paso to see if I wanted to run for city council. So of course, I'm those kind of person that I need to see what's in front of me before I do it, even though I'm blind, right? Ha ha ha. Anyways, even at the local level, and I started poking around. People reached out to me and started having those conversations. Man, there's the corruption. This person connects to this person will help you, and this person. And I'm just here in a small little city, El Paso. Imagine the big towns, the big countries or counties, and
Well,
like,
every level of government you go up to, the payoff gets bigger.
oh, of course. But like now we're not off air right for a little bit, so I'm not sure what the conversation was about. I'm sorry, folks, but Pedro's right. Labor and all that stuff, those factor into politics, no matter if it's city
Right.
council
And then
or
again, and this is why I believe Trump per se has so much power now, is because on his journey to the top, who knows how many, officials and, lawmakers he paid off in order to get his skyscrapers built.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now,
backdoor
once he paid
deals
him
right
off,
there.
once he paid him off, now he got him on the hook.
Yep.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
part of his entourage now. It's nothing
Now
that,
in his pocket. Whatever he tell you to do from that point on, if you don't do it, he can expose you for what you've already done. So it's either you continue to, appease him of the things he's wanting, or you go down. One or the other.
And I just wonder, going back to the P. Diddy thing, Pedro, we're into music, right? I wonder if it's true, those stories that you heard. I heard back in the 90s or early 2000s that Pedro, that P. Diddy paid to have Tupac killed.
Well, it's been situated in different documentaries.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, allegedly, but the person that went to jail is stating that he didn't get paid from P. Diddy the $1 million. He's been saying this since the late 2000s. He was on different documentaries stating
You
this.
talking about Suge Knight?
No, I'm talking about the dude that got locked up, Keefe D or something like
He
that.
was that Crip guy out of
Yeah,
that was
and
living in Vegas.
yeah,
Okay,
and
I know
then
who you're
P.
talking
Diddy
about.
never dropped the money on them, or he dropped it to somebody, but that middleman did not drop it to them. So if there's a paper trail, that's what they most likely gonna want, is the paper trail, and they could pin a couple of murders too. They will pin that. Also, allegedly, the rumor is that P. Diddy had Biggie killed.
Yeah, that's what we're
I believe that one as well. I mean, Biggie was so big that bottom line, he was worth more to Diddy dead than alive.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
well, the fact is that Biggie was gonna leave Bad Boy, and he was already in talks and contracts with someone else, and that he was gonna get more money. And P. Diddy caught wind of this, and allegedly that could be the motive for him to take out Biggie. And remember, Biggie was 24 when he passed.
yeah.
P. Diddy's been making money off that boy more than 25 years now.
There's a video out there, guys. If you look for it on YouTube of Biggie. He was 17 years old. It was like a raw video. Him in the corner and he's rapping. That kid had talent. I'm just on the ball with the music. I mean, that just amazing. That's the talent that kid had. But real quick, another thing that came on. They're talking to a district attorney out of Georgia. I think Georgia or somewhere in the South. And they're saying that they could even go back to the 1998 or 1999 shooting with Shine and P. Diddy and J-Lo when they're arrested. They could actually go back, and there's a term that he used to reinvestigate how P. Diddy, because apparently he's the one that shot that young lady in the nose. But they could also go back and charge J-Lo because she was supposedly holding the weapon allegedly. But that DA said that if they really wanted to, they have that recourse to going back and reinvestigating. Of course,
recharging.
Yeah, there's a term that he used because of statute of limitations, but there was a term that he used.
That RICO thing into it. I think that's what gives them that access.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. We're just gonna see.
Shine got the short end of the stick, because Shine said that P. Diddy was like, according to Shine, take this rap, take the rap, and I will set you up with a lot of money in there. Whoa. And P. Diddy didn't pay him one penny, he said. Wow. So when he got out, he didn't want to go back to the rap game. He converted to Islam, I think, and I think he's doing that now. And
are you talking about the guy that actually got arrested?
Yeah, Shine.
Shine, yeah, the rapper Shine.
They also said the article we played the other day also stated that he was actually a politician back in, where's he from? Belize, I believe.
Belize, yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually a big time politician down there now.
Yeah, so I don't think he wants to get in all that stuff. But if they do have evidence and they pull it out, they can charge him with the evidence, because you know what I mean. And J-Lo will be conspiracy to hide evidence.
But wasn't they're talking about? I think somebody mentioned her name earlier. I'm not sure if it was Carol. Somebody mentioned P. Diddy's assistant, Kim
Porter.
Kim Porter.
No, that was Pedro that said it.
Yeah, I think that was his girlfriend, right?
No, that was his assistant.
Okay,
Kim something that she might be charged also.
No, ain't she passed?
No. It's Kim Combs, or I forgot her name, but because remember racketeering, there has to be
Combs would be a sister.
Their assistant. No, assistant. No, assistant.
But his name is Combs, so if you're saying Kim Combs, that would be
no.
sister.
It's Kim. She has a weird last name, but she was the one that actually set up the freak off. She's the one that paid for the prostitutes. She's the one that made the arrangements. So he wouldn't be wipe his hands of it or wash his hands of it. But like the attorney was saying last night, for it to be racketeering, it has to be a multitude of people, not just one. It could be two, it could be three, whatever. So don't be surprised.
It has to be an organization.
Yeah. So don't be surprised there's more arrests coming down the and like I said, what did we say earlier? Man, people are squirming right now, like, oh crap. So
right, but I mean, even with when the thing where was just started it all, right, with that video of him beating up on old girl, right?
Ventura. Her name is Cassie Ventura. That's right.
So with that, they were making a statement that how long ago that had been, and the fact that he was able to pay off the staff, right, of the hotel and keep that video under wraps for all them years. It just goes to show to the extent of his power that a lot of this stuff that's been going on for possibly decades now, right?
Oh yeah.
Just because of his influence and for possibly, right, all of this video evidence of all these other folks partaking in his his parties, right? He's got that power, he's just got that power over people where he can dictate how and keep things under wrap or whatever, right? Yeah. I mean, again, if Epstein's clientele were mostly politicians and so on and so forth like that, right? Once Epstein went away, those folks' freakiness didn't go away.
No.
So now who's to say that they did not start hanging with Diddy?
Well, but when I mentioned Epstein earlier, I'm sorry, Carol. Go ahead, Miss Carol.
No, I was just saying you don't know.
She was agreeing. Mm-hmm.
I was just agreeing. Mm-hmm.
Because the reason I mentioned Epstein is because how it parallels to P. Diddy, like Pedro says, the air quotes. Hopefully that doesn't happen to P. Diddy, right? Because if you have enough money, you're scared that this person's going to expose your freakiness.
Well, hold about you heard he already got beat down, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he's on suicide watch too, because I think he tried. He tried something. He wouldn't
Oh,
be
did
on
Right,
he?
but
suicide
they
watch.
said he's already been hit up in there. They beat him and put him in intensive care.
What? Where do you hear this at? I haven't heard
I
that.
heard it. I heard it on over the weekend on the news.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
I haven't heard. I've been out of it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
watching the
they,
Cowboys lose
And
yesterday. I
who's
mean,
to
play
say that?
yesterday.
Yeah, me
hey,
too.
let's not talk about that.
Our girls,
Oh
you
my
know, but
God.
hey,
again,
Lamar,
these are
you can't
people.
beat him.
You know, I mean, you think about it. You got people up in there that ain't got nothing coming, right? And
Right.
somebody offer to take care of them for the rest of their life while they locked up or whatever. They just do this small favor for me.
Right.
But talking about real quick, a lot of money, and that should I go here? Should I go? Should I do it? Should I step over the line? The Cowboys. It's just amazing. Just real quick, guys. Just my personal opinion. How when you pay someone to do a job and they haven't won any playoffs, really, like 2 or 3 playoff games, maybe the whole career,
Right.
and you give him an extension of $260 million, and he can't even win a game, 2 games in a row. I'm sorry, man, but
Ridiculous. It's
that's
I'm down here too, so you know I'm a Dallas Cowboy.
exactly.
Yeah, but I
There,
So,
mean it's ridiculous.
you
it's
know, they're
bad
saying that.
management. Bad management.
But I was watching the ESPN this morning or listening to it. Did you know, Pedro and Carol, the Cowboys have allowed 577 yards, defense yards. That's the most in their history, in the franchise history. 577 yards per 3 games, the defense.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. I
that's just
saw
It
that.
was a
amazing.
joke. It was just a joke, you know.
I saw
Well,
that, and
But then
I
you have to
believe it's
look
the
at who they were playing
management.
yesterday too. You know, I mean,
well,
Lamar Jackson, come on. But the fact of the matter is, like you're saying, if they're paying me all of this money and I'm not doing my job, I'm playing like I'm still in the little leagues, then that's something. Something's wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, something has to
uh,
change. You know what I mean? Something has to change.
And it's not the coach, it's the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
And
my
that's the
opinion,
thing that
that's how
if
I
you
feel. It's the owner.
and so
It's the
if you're
owner.
gonna have if you're
And
gonna
that's
have like
power. That's power right
exactly.
there. I'm gonna pay you regardless of whether you win or not.
What do you
well,
think of Tom Brady broadcasting skills? What do you think of them?
Better than Romo.
He should
Yeah.
have
Oh,
set it off on
absolutely.
the sun. He should have just
Better
gone
than
off on the
Romo.
sun and chill.
Exactly. I don't. I like my duo for commentary for play by play is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Those guys.
No, Pat Summerall and
Oh,
John
remember him?
Madden. Pat
Yes.
Summerall and John Madden. That was
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Boom, and they
Yeah.
went right up the end, and boom, and yeah.
don't y'all just love the way we just change directions?
I
One
know.
minute we're
Back
talking.
to the Epstein.
Now you
Back
got
to
me talking.
No, I
Y'all
mean
wasn't
actually
y'all wasn't
we're
checking my game.
right up against about the end of this show. So
yeah.
Brittany,
I'm
we got
looking. I'm
anybody
looking.
down there in the comments, sweetie?
No comments.
Do we have
Okay.
any groups today, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, your groups.
Oh crap! That's right. Hello. Never mind.
It's Monday, guys. It's Monday.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's your groups. You got 2 of
That's
them
right.
back to back.
Hello.
So
Thank you for reminding me again for the second.
But
This is what happens when
yeah.
you get old. Lord
but
have
another
mercy.
thing I wanted to make out, right? You saw how P Diddy is on a psychiatric hold because of suicide watch, and then what happened with him with the general public. I don't know how
Population.
somebody got to him, honestly, because if you're a movie star, you're a artist and stuff like that, and you're famous, they don't put you
But
with everybody.
he's in one of the most dangerous the most dangerous federal
Oh,
detention center
Metropolitan.
the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
Okay.
That is the worst federal detention center in the federal system.
Another correlation. Let's do another correlation. Right? They gave Epstein, they put him in the I guess not Club Fed, but a good holding cell and stuff like that. Even though what happened to him is crazy, but they didn't put him like where P Diddy's at right now, one of the worst places.
Mm-mm.
Well, no, I mean, no, I hate to go
Where's
here, but
Ghislaine
you gotta go
Maxwell at?
there. that has a lot to do with his, his skin color, whatever.
Yep.
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't want to say that, Mr. Davis, but you're right.
I'll say it. I don't have a problem with saying it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of differences in the way criminals get treated, right? So again, he's what's old boy R. Kelly's up in there with him.
Yep, R. Kelly's in there.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they're saying
R.
that if he does a plea deal, which more likely he won't, but if he does, that'd be a minimum of 15 years maximum. Forever, you have to do your time, right, Mr. Davis?
Well, you have to do 11 months out of a year. So if you get, a year, you're going to do 11 months. You get 2 years, you're going to do 22 months.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. You only get 1 month a year good time credit. So
that's for federal, right?
Yes, on the federal side. So on that note, folks, it's been another crazy Monday. But always good conversation. George, my brother, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Miss Brittany, Miss Carol, Pedro, my brother, everybody that dropped in on the comments. Please,
Tisha said good morning. Good morning, Tisha.
Good morning, Tisha.
Morning, Tisha.
And she also commented that she wants to ask George what type of vacuum should she get to vacuum her tile?
Oh yeah,
crap.
I forgot to ask you about that, George.
I'm sorry.
You didn't do that picture for me.
No, I apologize, Mr. Tisha. I'll do that right now. I apologize. Yes, it's
That's okay.
You know what? Talk for a minute.
I
Hold on. Let me
missed
see
it.
my
I
wife.
dropped out.
So,
But yeah,
George is gonna run and do a Be My AI right quick on his
Camera, I'll
kitchen,
take a picture of
his
it.
tile thing.
Yeah.
His tile sweeper, vacuum, whatever it
It works
is.
really good, folks. I mean, it's easy to take apart, put together, to clean it out, and we've had it for a year or a little over a year, and it charges up really. I mean, it cleans really good.
I'm sorry, I fell out. Brittany, what did you say? Did you say something to me?
No, we were talking about
tiles
yeah.
and vacuums and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, we went from Epstein to Cowboys to vacuum. That's a pretty good show.
Okay.
Well, we went from Diddy to Epstein.
Yeah, Diddy to Epstein.
And they all have.
Just to put the correlations together, because it's kind of crazy how the cases has been handled and mishandled on one side. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because FD got that what they call it, he got one of the best deals ever when he first got indicted, got busted. They only made him come in come during the day, and
that's right.
He could call and say, well, I have work to do at 3, and he could leave the jail at 3, spend the night outside of jail, and then come back the next morning. What kind of deal is that? You know? That's just the power. Just the power, flexing his power.
George, you want to just go ahead and send that to me, or are you about done with it?
No, I have to get out and go and look for it. My wife.
Okay, just send it to me, and I'll make sure she gets it. Okay.
I apologize, Miss.
No, you're good. You're good. So anyway,
I forgot the name of it. Anyways, I'll send it to you, Mr.
That's the problem. You forgot the name. So
I forget my name sometimes. We talk about Willis.
It's all good, my brother. It's all good. So anyway, again, we're beyond our time.
Is a group tonight, Mr. Davis? I'm sorry.
6 my time, 7 your time.
7 my time? Why is it so late?
Because that's where you said it.
Damn.
You picked that time.
It's 8 my time.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Right.
I thought it was 5.
No, his group is 6 and then 7.
Yeah, I'm moving mines this month, guys. Right after the AI.
So you just gonna go back to back as well?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to back and just
It's easier that way, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, on that note, look forward to those changes within the schedule, and that will be coming out pretty soon. This is the 4th week of the month, so we will be a little light on our interest groups in this week, as always. So anyway, stay tuned. We will talk to y'all again tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you.
Subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff, guys. It helps.
All that. Please do.
Feliz Navidad.
All that good stuff. And then we will talk to you guys on the next one. Everybody have a great day.